I've got a story, another one about a witch. I'm sorry, but I just love witch stories, and I have a book full of them. Actually, I say they're full of them. I think this might be the last one, I don't know. This one is The Witch Who Didn't Have a Cat by Sue Seddon. A witch who didn't have a cat sounds interesting to me because all witches have cats, or supposed to have. There once was a witch called Smaragda. Try saying that quickly. Smaragda, who didn't have a cat. The chief witch wasn't very pleased about it and commanded Smaragda to come and explain to her why there was a lack of a cat in her house. So Smaragda mounted her broomstick and flew to Castle Greydoom. "Now look here, Smaragda," began the chief witch. "You must get yourself a cat. All witches have a cat, and you can't be a witch without one. So there." "I don't want a cat," whined Smaragda. "Stuff and nonsense. Why ever not?" snapped the chief witch. Smaragda looked at her through her slanty green eyes and cracked her knobbly knuckles crossly. "I don't like cats," she said. "Not like cats! Not like cats!" shrieked the chief witch, her crumpled face quivering with rage. "We'll see about that. I shall send you a cat tomorrow, and do not try to get rid of it with any spells. My magic is stronger than yours. Now go home." The next morning, Smaragda was woken by a dreadful, ear-splitting yowl outside her window. "Meow! Meow!" The cat, she thought, and went to the door. Opening it, she saw a small black cat sitting on the step. "Scram!" yelled Smaragda, and slammed the door. A few moments later, she opened the door again. "Meow! Meow!" The cat was still there, with his big back to her. "Shoo!" hissed Smaragda. The cat didn't even twitch his tail. Then very slowly he turned his head and fixed his great yellow eyes on Smaragda and yawned. "Broomsticks and buffaloes," growled Smaragda. "This is going to be difficult." And she banged the door shut. Bang! Again. All that day, Smaragda worked her way through a giant book of spells, especially the disappearing, vanishing and getting rid of sections. But the spells were useless. At bedtime, the cat was still on the doorstep, though he had curled up and gone to sleep. "Drat this cat," said Smaragda. "If magic doesn't work, I shall have to take him somewhere and lose him. Now, where shall I take him?" In the morning, Smaragda opened the door and called the cat. "Pussy, pussy, pussy! Pussy, pussy, pussy! Who's a nice little pussy? Then come to mummy." The cat opened an eye and uncurled it slowly. It looked down its nose at the witch's shaggy red hair and long green fingernails, then arched its back and had a good old stretch. Smaragda grabbed it. It let out a fearful yowl, but she hung on and galloped towards a broomstick. After a terrible fight, Smaragda managed to tie the cat onto the handle of the broomstick, and leaping astride, she took off into the air. This is worth a look. Can you see her? See the cat? The poor old cat strapped to the back of her broomstick. High into the sky they flew, higher than a plane and faster than a train. The air screamed past them and flattened the cat's ears to its head and its whiskers to its cheeks. Smaragda untied the cat. "Oh no! Hang on, pussycat," she cried, "or you might just fall off." And she let out a dreadful shriek of laughter. Now, Smaragda happened to be famous for her aerobatics. She had won prizes for looping the loop, and her skydives were spectacular. Roaring through the sky with the cat behind her, she threw her broomstick into the high-flying tricks she knew. She zigzagged. She curled, she dodged and stalled, and she went into a record head dive, which made even her own stomach turn over. But she couldn't shake off the cat. At last, in desperation, she looped the biggest loop. It was so enormous that her heels hit the stars and made sparks fly. Everyone on Earth saw hundreds of shooting stars. "This is it, cat! Say goodbye!" yelled Smaragda as Broomstick, Witch and Cat fell from the top of the loop into a death-defying dive. Even Smaragda was using all her magic to stay on. Her pointed witch's hat disappeared, and so did the cat. Smaragda looked back to make quite sure and shouted a triumph, "Hooray!" But when she turned round again, what a shock she got. For there, sitting on the front of the broomstick, was the cat. He had climbed around to get a better view. Can you believe that? He was enjoying it. So they shot down to earth together, and Smaragda tried everything she knew to make the cat fall off. She dived into the deepest ocean, but the cat loved the fish, and she asked her to do it all over again. She travelled through the hottest deserts, but the cat loved the sun. She tried to freeze him in the Antarctica, but he got on very well with the penguins. She even took him to the moon, but he said he'd always wanted to go and be the first cat on the moon. Exhausted, Smaragda returned home. The cat smiled and asked when they could go up again. Smaragda went to see the chief witch. "Okay, you win," she said. "You win. I'll keep the cat. I'm beginning to think he's rather special myself." "He is," answered the chief witch. "I gave him 9 lives." So that is how Smaragda the witch got her cat. How did you get your cat? I didn't get mine like that. We went to a rescue home and got our cat. He's very lovely and he's very big, but if I ever got on a broomstick, I think he'd fall straight off. I hope you enjoyed that, kiddies. Until the next time, this is Grandad Roddie saying goodbye.